Let's go on the ground then. Let's bring in Pankaj Upadhyay. Pankaj, how are you looking at the market? Because it will be eventually you bringing us, and at what time will the markets are set to open? Because for the general public, remember, they may not really understand the technicalities of it. So do help break down that also for us, Pankaj.
Good morning, Pooja. So yesterday, of course, was a very interesting day. During the budget speech, the market, of course, reacts to the speech that is made by the finance minister. So as long as the speech was being made, and for a little while after that as well, the market was in the green, and that was a good news for the investors. But after that, when we saw that the Adani stocks really nosedived, and till the end of the day, there was fluctuations in the market. And in the night time, of course, we had the big news that the FPO by the Adani Group had been withdrawn. So now the real and big question is how the market is really going to react. Will the withdrawal of the FPO by the Adani Group, will it have any negative effect in the market? Will we see the market in the red today? That really remains to be seen. Or whether the general consensus that was built yesterday, that the budget has been a very populist budget, will that reflect here when the markets open today? That really remains to be seen. I did manage to have a word with a few market experts late in the night time and this morning as well, and frankly no one has a clear picture. They really maintain that Indian markets, are really unpredictable.
Yes.
It remains to be seen as to what is going to happen. But yes, as far as the withdrawal of the FPO is concerned, the market experts definitely maintain that this is good news for the investors.
And we're waiting, of course, for about 9:30 a.m. Pankaj, when you'll be getting us the latest on that. All eyes will be on the Dalal Street. On our screens, if you look closely, that's where we are showing you the Sensex, the Nifty as well, and the dip that's happened. This, remember, apart from the budget and the changes that happened and the fluctuations in the market, it was specifically about the Adani Group shares. Siddharth, I bring you in here. Of course, in the backdrop is the Hindenburg research. Is this decision, do you think, independent of that? Is it a part of it? Would the Adani Group want it to be sure that in any way the investors will not face losses? What are we looking at as a connect between the controversy and this decision? Siddharth.
If on the 15th of January, when we saw changes in the weather as well, if Mr. Adani had been asked what would happen on the 1st of February or 2nd of February with regard to his plans, I'm sure the current situation would never have come up. This is an unprecedented situation, and in response to your question, I think you have to look at it this way. The FPO and its decision by the board is actually a few months old. It's a process that in fact takes time. You have to seek regulatory approvals. In that time, the Hindenburg report, which is very clearly raising several questions and also bringing together certain questions of the past that have already been resolved, for example, by Indian courts, and it all put it together and sent it out. Whenever there is a company that's out raising money, there are questions, there are risk factors that are attached to the prospectus, and those have to be dealt with by the company. What happened through the Hindenburg report was that an entirely new 400-page odd
Siddharth, stay on with me. We have some big news coming in. I would like your perspective on that too. This, remember, could be possibly another blow for the Adani Group, because after the Credit Suisse, Citigroup junks Adani Securities. Citigroup will not be accepting the Adani shares as a loan collateral, which means basically Citigroup's wealth arm has stopped accepting Adani Securities as collateral for margin loans, which means they are joining Credit Suisse in stepping up the scrutiny of the group. Abha, if I can bring you also here, can you break it down for us? What does this mean when the Citigroup says that Citigroup's wealth arm basically stopping accepting Adani Securities as collateral for margin loans and will be joining Credit Suisse?
So, we had Credit Suisse do this yesterday, even though their brokerage is still put in outperform on Adani, so there's a slight diversion there. And now Citigroup has done this as well. They're kind of essentially saying that they don't want to no longer issue those collaterals given the kind of precarious nature of the group. I'm also just taking a look at The kind of red we're seeing on the screen, Pooja, because we're in pre-open and we're counting down to market open. It's 2 minutes away right now. Ambuja Cements, ACC, let's leave that out for now. They're, of course, in the green and they're jumping up post Adani's comments. Remember, he acquired those companies recently. But Adani, Wilmar, Transmission, Energy, all of these stocks in pre-open are actually trending in the red. Adani Enterprises, the main one, of course, that's been surrounded by all these controversies, is also in the green. These are pre-open rates. We're going to hit market open in less than a minute right now, so we'll get an immediate sense of how the market's
So the countdown has started, as Abha is telling us, and of course all eyes will be on the Dalal Street.